So, like, here's the difference, though, is that when people get down to it, is the fact that, like, whereas when they are sexually attracted to things that they shouldn't, they should probably get help for that, but whereas when they enact on it, and more importantly than just
Like,
enacting upon things that they probably
like
shouldn't,
ruin
is the fact
someone's
that whereas
life.
when it's a... Yeah, is that whereas when it can have repercussions just completely out of its hands, and more important than that, it's things like, well, I'm sexually attracted to kids, specifically, you know, young boys. It's just like, okay, that's
Young
that's a
boys,
bit
young
strange.
girls, it
You
doesn't
should get
matter.
your,
Both
yeah,
are
like,
wrong,
yeah,
but
I know that, but I'm using this like exactly as a thing. Whereas when, like, you know, we can just say, okay, well, that's a bit strange. You should probably go get looked at, and then you have that person enact on that. Immediately afterwards, it's just like, well, little Billy down the street was now like molested, and then from there, you
like,
can just really
yeah.
just destroy a life. Not just that life, but like the repercussions of the parents, the
Well, it's
sisters, the
not just that.
cousins, the
Like,
uncles, the
you're
aunties.
destroying his life and any relationship that child or person could have had.
Yeah. And
So
like,
it's a hard subject because there's no
it's
right answer to that scenario.
yeah, there's always, because like people will just mostly go with morals of like, no, they shouldn't do this because morally it is wrong, and like, you
Right.
know, like all this other types of things. Thing is though, is that morals are just as blind as like accusations, really. Because like because like different people have different morals, and more importantly, just having different morals, they can also be of different backgrounds of where they're told entirely different things about said moral. Like, for instance, I was raised in a non-Catholic house, so the moral of like, hey, if you just want to have a bat, just don't let me see it. Like, I don't care how much you have a wank, just go for it. And like, whereas when Christian households, their morals are like, well, it's immoral and more importantly, a
Wait, we're
certain
talking about
sin to just
masturbation
wank.
right now. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck, man. Like, okay, all right. I like the way Ron White
Essentially,
put
we're
this.
talking about that through moral, though.
Oh dear God. No, I like the way Ron White put this. How's this for a statement to that? All right.
Okay.
His granny caught him masturbating in his garage when he was 13. And his granny looked at him and said, boy, it is better, like this is a Bible quote, by the way, it is better for your seed to fall into the belly of a whore than it is to be spilt on the ground. He looked at his granny then and said, well, Granny, can I borrow $50? They're gonna masturbate. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they want. And honestly, I'd rather them fire off with a couple knuckle children than get somebody pregnant at 16 or fucking get like an STD. As someone who's never gotten an STD because condoms, yeah, they lessen your feeling and it's nowhere near as good with a condom on than it is without.
You'd much rather be safe than sorry.
I'd much rather not get a bitch pregnant.
Yeah, like I said,
Unless
safe
I
than
love
sorry.
'em. Unless I love them. And apparently all that mistletoe I was grinding literally just said, fuck you to this guild quest right here.
But like, what I was talking about before was whereas when it's like morally wrong for Christians exactly, whereas when they say things like, well, you shouldn't wank because that's a sin, whereas when other people would just be like, no, go for it, we don't care.
Oh, dude, fuck, who cares?
Because I was,
like, jack
yeah,
off,
because
fucking
like
buy a
people will always
prostitute,
go with
as
the
long
whole
as you
thing of
ain't
like,
hurting
well,
nobody.
what's the most, yeah, because people will always go with the whole thing of like, well, what's most morally wrong compared to what is essentially actually and always going to be wrong. Because at the end of the day, it's what you think is bad and what your morals tell you is bad. That's the thing too, is that everybody will always go with the thing that is, yeah, this is bad.
Or, like, I don't give a fuck about whacking it. They want to jack it, Let them jack it.
Jacking it, jacking it, jaggedy jack. Spanking it, smacking it, smack. It's one of my favorite South Park songs. Okay, so I have the 9 circles of hell in front of me. It is limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, anger, heresy, violence, fraud, and treachery.
Okay, and?
Just gotta keep that in the back of my head for when Lily comes back so we can tell her what the fuck the 9 circles actually are.
Oh, okay. Well... Fraud is terrifying, if you think about it.
Oh yeah, because fraud can mean just not just fraudulency, but like a whole bunch of shit.
Any fraud you speak in general can land you there.
Hmm. Which is absolutely fucking terrifying to think about.
Alright, so this is not the side where I harvest.
Okay. Would you fuck a zombie?
We really gonna have this conversation now?
Yeah. Like only now it's like only kind of hit me, whereas when people are like, wow, they like really sexualize this stuff.
Like, what the fuck? Well, okay. Would you fuck the witch from Left 4 Dead?
Not gonna lie, like, which witch exactly are we talking about? Because there's multiple skins of them.
I know.
So we're just talking about the normal base witch, then no. But like, if it was the wedding one, then I would think about it. Especially if it wasn't going to kill my ass.
Alright. Nurses from fucking Silent Hill.
Oh, wow.
That's a hard one, isn't it?
Like, that's a fucking really hard one.
Because I'd fuck the nurse from Silent Hill. You could just paper bag that bitch like fucking Smokey in Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know about a zombie though, man. Like,
fuck it. I would go for the fucking nurse then. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Alright, I got one for you. Would you fuck a Cenobite? And I will give you time to Google that shit. Google the twins.
A Cenobite.
Yeah, Google
How would
the
you spell
twin
that?
Cenobite. C-Y-N-O. B-I-T-E.
Okay, so twin C-Y-N-O
B-I-T-E.
E.
It's not so much what they look like, but what they do in hell. Because they're technically demons.
What the fuck is this?
That's Hellraiser, man. You need to watch all 9 of the movies. Because it will change your fucking... Well, I don't know if it'll change your life for the better, but it'll change your life a little bit.
That's the one that Pinhead is in.
Yep. If you read their backstory, I want to know if you'd fuck them.
In all honesty, no.
No? Yeah, I kind of figured. No. In all, like actuality, a lot of the demons in fucking, Hellraiser? Yeah, yeah. Alright, I got one then.
Like,
Would you
like
fuck
here's the thing
a
is that I may
xenomorph?
be like would I fuck a xenomorph? This is a question to actually say. Does it still have the acid shit in it?
Oh, well, that's its blood.
Because like
no,
at that
it's not
point, I
on
wouldn't
its
even
alien...
get the chance.
No, no. Like, all right, acid blood only comes into play if you tear its alien cloaca, because I don't think it will have a vagina.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that the littler my dick is, the better. So then at that point, I just straight up could.
Like, unless you break skin, like, as in, like, full-on slice that bitch, I'm gonna say the acid blood does not come into play. Because if you see their saliva...
So the actual fluids inside of it are just non-toxic, life-threatening, like what?
Well, like, its saliva tends to harden into that black gel that they, like, cocoon people in, but that's only if they excrete it a certain way. Like, you see them drool that saliva on Ripley in the movie, and it don't do nothing but gross that bitch out. So I'm gonna assume, like, it's, like, it would have the same kind of vaginal lubrication as a human female.
Okay.
So I'm saying you could fuck it, but would you have the balls to fuck it?
Would I have the balls to fuck it? In all honesty, if I was either drunk enough or I was paid enough money.
So this is a hold my beer situation.
Yeah, this is an absolute hold my beer situation. But like, if I 100% had the balls to fuck it, yes. Yes, I would have the balls to fuck it. Difference is, though, is that when it comes down to it, it's just like, well, would I be safe enough to? Would I live through it?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
that's
I think
the thing
that
it
would
comes
be
down
an
to. It's
epic
like,
alien
would I have
death,
the balls
though?
to fuck it? Absolutely, yes. Because at that point, it's just like, well, gonna get only one chance. It's the same thing before that I told you, whereas when it's like, well, would you fuck a wizard? It's like, well, dude, imagine the stories you could come up with.
Right, like, exactly.
Fuck
like,
yeah, I would fuck a
dude,
wizard.
no, like, imagine the story Ripley would tell after you fucked the shit out of and then were royally disemboweled by a xenomorph.
Yeah, like, just beautiful.
Now imagine it sounded your dick with the fucking, like, the inner mouth. That would be terrifying. It would fucking ruin a cock.
In what mouth?
It's tiny inside mouth that shoots out like a piston.
Oh my god.
Oh, dude, I just realized
that is both the most amazing and terrible idea I've heard at the same time.
Dude, how good are you at 3D design? We can make a whole new genre of porn of aliens just Fuda fucking cat girls and shit. Sell it to the Japanese.
God damn it.
Sell it to the Japanese. We'll make millions.
We'll make millions of dollars by selling fucking
fucked up alien porn to the fucking most
fucking
fucked up porn. Like, well, dude, they have fun, like the Japanese make some fucking. They came up with tentacle porn. Like, this is really that big of a leap.
I know, dude. They've come up with way worse shit than tentacle porn.
Like, this is lit. I'm stoned. So
they're like one of the most leading factors into gore, which is like fucking just disturbing beyond all hell.
I just made 285,000 gold in one transaction.
Nice. But, like, that's the thing, is that the Japanese are just fucked up, depraved individuals. Shouldn't say that, whereas when I know that this is going on YouTube, but, like, most of them sexually are just fucked up, depraved individuals.
Dude, like, the porn that comes from Japan is literally kind of mind-numbing. Like, when you think about some of the shit they put in it, like, how the fuck, like, dude, I clicked a couple times on, like, Pornhub and ended up in some live-action tentacle porn, and I'm like, how the fuck does this work? Like, no longer...
Here's the worst thing that I was hoping that you would avoid, that. Because
dude,
I had done the same thing.
It's so weird, like, you look at it, and they're just like, and you're like, the tentacle ain't even doing nothing, how are you enjoying this? This is like an octopus coming up into your house and fucking your wife, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like,
it just gets worse.
Hi, Rarity. We,
It's still on.
Don't worry about it, it's fine.
we were having it was a conversation from before you got in here. It was like, I don't even know how to explain the, like, you'll just have to watch the YouTube video.
Thanks, my fucking porn's weird, thank you.
Yeah.
It really is, though.
Most of your shit there is weird.
Like, no, like,
No factors.
like, oh, did we get muted? We might have gotten muted, whatever. But, like,
No,
dude,
I think she turned her mic off.
okay, but at the same time, like, they came up with tentacle porn, so, like, is it really so much of a far shoot to think, like, if you made a 3D animation of a xenomorph, tongue fucking, any kind of anime character, like, it's not gonna sell in Japan?
Wait, you said Xenomorph?
Yeah, like, fucking aliens.
Alien.
No, Alien and Aliens is considered canon. Aliens 3 and Alien Resurrection are not. Well, actually, Alien 3 is technically, but I don't know, man. Like, it's not
We
really
don't
my
talk
preferred
about
genre.
Alien 3.
Yeah, no. Well, you know what, though? I like, the more I watched Alien 3, the more I liked it as an ending, as opposed to Alien Resurrection, even though Alien Resurrection was just awesome because Ron Perlman was in it.
Yeah. But like, that's the thing, Joseph. All of the good things will be bad, all of the bad things will be okay, and all of the okay things will be hailed as the greatest thing ever.
I mean, yeah, valid, but, like, you gotta admit, we've been talking about some weird-ass shit. Alright, there's another subject out there because, yeah.
Okay then. Video game journalism. Should they be able to become video game journalists if they don't have any type of background playing video games and are terrible at them?
That would be
This
like
is-
me becoming a fucking art critic with no art background whatsoever. I just walk into the museum like, oh, that looks like shit. Why are you selling that?
You can do that. That's the worst thing.
Yeah,
Because
and
people
like,
can do that as a music critic.
what the fuck kind of dumbass shit is that? What, the music is different. Music has to move your soul.
Well, I mean, it's not really that. It's the factor of music can move your wallet. Like,
Yeah.
if you know anything about YouTube and people being stupid as a motherfucker there, then you know for a fact that you'll find, like, some really stupid people that believe that they are the best at what they do, aka rice gum. And most other people will just sit there and just be like, oh, well, he's not that bad, he's actually pretty good, and then they're just like, no, you're fucking stupid. He makes terrible content. Makes terrible fucking reviews, makes terrible everything. Everything he does is dog shit.
It's about the same
And yet
way
he
I
has
react to reaction channels on YouTube. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why are you gonna watch somebody else react to something you should be watching and reacting to?
Their number one excuse would be because their reaction is great, and it's just like, well, what about your reaction? What would you do?
Gives his reaction to anything more weight than you? Like, what
Yours.
the fuck? Like,
But like that's the thing. And the worst thing is too is that like reaction channels are the number one fallback for that fucking site. It's like, oh, I need to make money in order to pay the fucking rent. Let's do a reaction video because that shit will sell like hotcakes.
like, it doesn't make no goddamn sense.
Well, I mean that also comes down to people being fucking idiots.
That's like paying a hooker for a hug or going to McDonald's for a salad. That's just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Like,
Daily walk.
Paying a hooker for a hug.
yeah, like, it's just something you don't fucking do. I still find McDonald's and salad way funnier, though.
I mean, I'd let somebody pay me for a hug.
Well, you can
It's-
always ask Goog for $1 and give him a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You never know, he might hump your leg.
I may be a sad person, Joseph, but I'm not that sad.
Really? Because if I swear to God, if you go to OhioCon or any anime convention and wear a sign that says $1 for a hug and dress like a furry, you'll come home with like $300.
I come back with like $40.
No, like, I actually, last time I went to a fucking convention, a buddy of mine dressed like Sajin Komamura from Bleach, but put a fox, like, fucking furry fox mask on under that shit. And was literally people gave him $5 to hump people. He made like $70. It's funny as fuck. All right, Goog, you came up with the last off the wall. How about another?
All right then. What is the most bizarre thing that you have seen in your life?
A homeless man punch a bird out of the sky. Like, I don't know how long he waited there. I don't know, but I was standing at the bus station waiting for a bus so I could go to school. And this motherfucker was just sitting there with a 40 in his hand in a paper bag. And this bird, it's a pigeon, just fly by. And this motherfucker just whaps it with the bottle. And fucking it falls on the ground. He picks that bitch up and puts it in his pocket and walks the fuck away.
Sorry, this man one time punched a fucking bird out of the sky.
Flat the fuck out. I will never see that shit again. You will never see that shit in your life, but you will wish for it.
Oh my god, that is awesome. That is so amazing. I wish I had seen that. Fucking hell, that is beautiful. Probably the most disturbing thing I've seen in my fucking life was the
Do you really want to go disturbing again? Because you said bizarre, not disturbing.
Oh no, sorry, not disturbing, bizarre. My fucking bad. The most bizarre thing I've seen was the fact that my friend one time fucking came up to me and he fucking pushed both of his shoulders out of place and most of his his elbows and his wrists, and it just started like swinging back and forth, making fucking orangutan noises, and I was wondering what the fuck he was doing. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He was just doing it, and I was just questioned him.
You fucking imperial scum. Oh shit.
Just disturbed me. Well, not disturbed me, but like made things just really fucking weird. Because from then on, whenever anybody would start talking shit, he would just pop his arms out of place. Needless to say, it made most people, like, shut up real fucking fast. So what about you, Rarity?
Oh, yeah, why not?
What was it, the weirdest thing you ever seen?
The most bizarre.
Okay, so, oh jeez. A guy on the subway pop out his eye and ask for money and then put it in where his eye used to be. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking weird people in the subway.
Is that supposed to be like his money slot? No, like.
For all I know, I heard him mumble that he lets people fuck him there too. I don't even know. He just wanted money. Okay, I gave him $5.
I have no words for that. Like, I hope you have your voice able to be recorded because Jesus fucking Christ. Context is needed for that.
He wanted money. I think he was homeless. He had a glass eye. He popped it out. He's like, look, it's not fake. I want money. So please give me money. He put out his hat. You give him money. Instead of putting it in his pockets, he puts it in his fucking eye. So,
like,
okay.
Like, shit. Alright.
Like, fuck, I'll give him $1. I don't give a fuck.
I called him Money Eye. I feel bad.
Money Eye.
Hell, make him sing while I skull
what the fuck else
shit,
are you gonna
dude.
do?
God damn. Like, it
I'll
ain't a
give him
vagina.
that much, or like just being like, hey, fuck it, I'll just like pop my eye out real quick.
I
But
felt
like,
bad.
I have no words right now for that. Like, he pops his eye out, asks for fucking money.
Yeah. That's exactly what he did. He's like, look, it's not fake. I'm not trying to bullshit you. I actually have a fake eye. I want some money, please. I'm homeless. I'm trying to pay my rent.
I'm homeless, I'm just trying to pay my rent. I don't know what the fuck this guy has rented, but it must cost something fucking dear.
I mean, hey, cardboard boxes cost.
YMCA, $50 a week. You can actually sleep in the locker room.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't know? Like.
That's... Oh, well, cool.
Yeah.
That's...
There are also Red Cross and a couple other relief efforts run homeless shelters all over the world. So honestly.
Oh shit. Goog, have you talked to your secret admirer person yet?
You have a secret admirer?
No, actually.
Yeah, remember fucking the person who fucking stalks me used to talk to him, who somehow they know him, but yet I don't know that person.
Oh, that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't even know that person.
I don't know what the fuck it is. Do you want their kick? Take them off my hands.
I don't have Kick, I don't even have a phone.
Bruh,
give me your email, I'll freaking forward you to them, because I don't want them. Creepy.
No.
How do they know you? Is your friend pranking me? Please.
I fucking wish. I wish I knew, just if I could just tell this fucker to stop. Because this is getting to me.
I don't want any of his shit. He wants to see you. I think it's
Well, tell him he can go fuck himself. In my own words, kill yourself, you useless pile of fuck.
Calm your tits. Maybe he just wants to give you some dick and move on with his life.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. So it's just like, kill yourself.
Hey, well, maybe he wants to blow you. I mean, wait, you gonna say no to a blowjob?
Yet again, kill yourself. I don't care.
Jesus. I feel like it's one of
You can have as much fucking like fun or whatever the fuck that you want. Whenever you're around me, whenever when I'm fucking dead. Because I don't want to see your fucking ass.
I put my kick in a group chat and then I left it, but then so did everybody else. But then again, I don't think anybody would know you from my group chat out of 50 people, so that's why.
I'm surprised anybody fucking knows me other than you two.
Hey Rarity, how you feel about Final Fantasy?
What? The game?
This one. The one I'm playing.
Oh. Which one are you playing? Why can't I fall back?
It's the one that's the RPG.
No, there's two of those. And it's the MMO one. It's the second MMO one. Not the RPG, because they're all RPGs, you stupid fuck.
Hey, can somebody tell Yoda to get the fuck over here? Yoda, where are you? Okay, fine. Fucking leave then, you fucking green ninja.
Are you playing pay to win Battlefield or like?
There is no microtransactions. They took them out. They got so much backlash. Like fuck it. You can't buy any. They're non-existent.
Good. Should have been there for like that from the goddamn beginning and unlock all the motherfucking heroes.
Well, what do you expect? Whereas when everybody kind of builds the mentality of fuck microtransactions.
No, seriously, fuck microtransactions. They should have never been in fucking games.
Seriously, fuck microtransactions. I hate them. They are the worst thing ever.
Pay to win for orcs in Shadow of War. I'm guilty of that, but it's so fucking fun for them to fight them. I can't lie.
Oh
shit.
I hate microtransactions with a fucking raw iron fist.
I'm still salty as a motherfucker finding out all the heroes have to be unlocked individually. What the fuck kind of bullshit?
Well, to be fair, I have more than enough credits over just 30 minutes of playing to unlock the later and blue, so I'm actually happy with the game.
Like, I get it, I get it, but nothing will ever top the original Battlefront fucking 2.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I agree.
And I'm sorry, but...
That shit was awesome.
Dude, I got to the max rank.
Really?
Yes.
Like, my cousin and I bought that, like, didn't even know full well that it's supposed to be a multiplayer only game. We played
No,
the
like,
shit out
it
of that,
has
and
a
then when we
campaign.
realized it was like, just, nope, go for
No,
it.
me and my brother alone loved playing multiplayer on that so much. Like, we would split screen it. He'd play the other army, and I'd play the fucking clones. He'd be the droids. That little asshole reached max rank before I did.
Yeah, let's all go in a hallway that he can kill us. Oh god, it's Darth Maul. Please, please. Okay, jeez.
Don't worry, it's just Darth Maul.
Yeah, don't worry, it's just Darth Maul. He's had a man.
Yeah, don't worry, it's just Darth Maul.
Darth Maul a bitch anyway.
Yeah,
Get
that's
cut in
the
half
point.
over. Yeah, well.
Like, I know in that game where he's overpowered as a motherfucker. Like,
Oh,
he literally jumps from room to room, killing bitches so fast you can't even turn around to shoot him once.
Like, if we go extended universe, Darth Maul would wreck you. However, if we're talking just canon universe, Darth Maul die like a bitch.
Yeah. If we're going extended, which I'm pretty sure that one's supposed to lead into, Darth Maul is overpowered as a motherfucker because he is in that one. But if it's just normal canon base universe, then no, he's a bitch.
I just want to play as General Grievous.
Grievous was the best. Because he would
good.
kill bitches and then use their swords to kill other bitches.
Goog, when I'm done hitting level 50 on this motherfucker, remind me to go fish up another Marlin. Because that motherfucker literally sold for 280 goddamn thousand gold in 5 minutes.
Nice.
I don't want to work.
I don't know why people would want that, but nice.
Rank 40 fishing guild mission.
Gotta pay for this fucking hero.
Right now I'm collecting rosewood, which is one of the harder gathering materials to get. And by harder, I mean not at all. You literally run around with an axe, fucking grinding.
Nonsense. Halo joy. Oh shit, that's in Halo. Never mind. Oh god.
So you never answered my question though, Rarity. How do you feel about Final Fantasy XIV?
You know, I haven't played that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not go get me with things like that. I just kind of play one game every year on the Switch. I'm not really. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you think about giving it a try, you got free trial until you hit level 30 on any class, but you can play all the classes on one character.
I mean, is it good or is it just kind of weird?
If you don't mind turn-based, it's alright. Well, it's not really, it's like pseudo turn-based. You ever play Jade Empire? Alright, Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean Dragon Age the worst of all?
Yeah, well, its combat is similar to Dragon Age Inquisition.
That's not something to be proud of.
I'm not saying be
Like-
proud of it, I'm just saying it's not as bad as Inquisition.
I was gonna say, like, if anything, that's kind of like comparing, like, all of these nice things that you can find in front of a fruit stand, and then you find rotted, fetid shit.
You know, eat a bag of dicks, Coop. Eat a big old bag of fucking cock.
But then again, it can also be the factor I do not like fucking Dragon Age in the slightest. And I don't
Neither
see
do-
the appeal.
Like, I like Dragon Age 1. Dragon Age 2 was cool. I like 2 better than 1, but I'm in the minority on that.
Well, I mean, like, with the second game, they just add more shit.
Well, no, in the second game, it had real-time fucking combat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, your skills were just to augment your combos. Instead of press one button to attack in a combo. You know, like, you actually had multiple button press combos. I liked it, but whatever. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I understand your pain.
You getting Monster Hunter World, Rarity?
Actually, Joseph, I am going to pre-order Monster Hunter World, 2 days' time.
Baller.
Yeah.
You know we get the open beta December, and then January it's out for anybody who pre-ordered it. At least from Wade, Lily, and Raven and them are talking. So, bruh.
I look forward to, but at the same time, it's like I'm very skeptical. Like, very, very, very skeptical with.
Oh, them? Yeah, and that, yeah.
Yeah, like. Well, I mean, like, it's mostly because, like, yeah, you can make a game look awesome and beautiful and great nowadays. Thing is, though, is that people mostly just focus on one thing, and then from there, it's just kind of like, well, it's a good thing it looks good.
No, it's Monster Hunter, man.
I know, and like, here's the thing I like to believe in. Because it's Monster Hunter, they have very little to fuck up.
They already
because,
said
like, they still
fuck
have, like,
no
all
to
this...
microtransactions.
Yeah, but like I said though, let me finish before you jump in. There's very little to fuck up with Monster Hunter because they have the base idea, they have the base elements, they have everything there, like already pen on paper, and they can literally just like essentially just put that shit into a new console. Not saying that they just copy paste over shit, because that means that nobody would play the Monster Hunter games because you know nobody likes repetition like Call of Duty.
Dude, there's gonna be like 700 monsters, man.
Let me finish. Let me finish. From there, if like let's just face it, nobody likes repetition like Call of Duty, whereas when they can just shit out the same game with a different coat of skin every year. So if they can actually make this game not just exceed my expectations, which of course are going to be at a low at all times because I'm going into a brand new game, and more importantly than that, pre-ordering it, and more importantly than just that, it's a brand new game. Regardless what it is, I always have low expectations for it, because I always have like what the whole thing of like, well, I am disappointingly impressed, but at the same time it's like, well, if it is a big bucket of fuck, it's a good thing I went in with low expectations. Now, thing is though is that Monster Hunter, I imagine, is going to be fairly good, like fairly good for me at the start. And then later on, whereas when I start learning and actually getting better at things, it's going to be awesome.
Good.
But like I said,
you want me to tell you
I'm going in with
that
low
might make you
expectations
cream
for
your
reasons.
jeans? The last Monster
I'm not
Hunter.
wearing... Hmm?
Unlike Overkill and Payday, all the DLC was fucking free!
Okay, that... You've really interested me.
All of it! Free!
How much of it?
Like a fuckload. Google how much DLC came for Monster Hunter 4 or fucking Try or fucking...
Monster Hunter 4 what?
Oh god, there's so many additions.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said that, because like, there's Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate that I know, Monster Hunter 4 Normal, and then there's like Monster Hunter 4, I imagine like Extreme
like
or something.
there's just one Derek and Jesse were playing that like completely went over my head for a little while. Like literally all of them. Like I don't remember.
Is it Monster Hunter 4 or Monster Hunter 5 that you want me to look up specifically? Like how many Monster Hunters are there?
A lot.
Like going by numbers only. Like 1 through 5, I think.
I don't know, man. At this point, goddamn, I haven't played a Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter fucking Freedom Unite on PSP, man. That's why I'm so fucking excited.
Okay, Monster Hunter 5 is apparently Monster Hunter World.
Okay, then.
So it's going to be Monster Hunter 4, and it is Monster Hunter Generations, Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
From Monster Hunter 4 all the way through the Generations, the DLC was fucking free. You can ask Derek and Jesse. You can literally look it up on there.
There's apparently Monster Hunter Stories, which is like a kid version, which is like, what the fuck even is that?
Yeah, it's weird. The Japanese make some weird
Monster Hunter
sometimes.
4 Ultimate versus Monster Hunter Generations. Okay, so Generations was the quote-unquote last one. Okay. So I'm going to put in Monster Hunter Generations DLC.
List.
Yep. Alright, now, Monster Hunter Generation DLC list.
Should be a fairly long-ass list.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is pretty big. So, I think this is around about 30 to 40 DLCs for free.
Yep. Go back to Monster Hunter 4.
There's a fucking Devil May Cry 2 Dante costume.
Yeah. Like, unlike Payday,
That's
all the
that's
DLC's
actually one of my
free.
favorite Dante costumes, and that's the thing that sucks.
Dude. You can play as fucking Samus. Goddamn Mega Man.
You can play as fucking Toon Link.
Yeah. It's Monster Hunter gives no fucks. If you want it, you can get it. If you want to play as Goku, I bet you there's a DLC.
Hang on. Monster Hunter Goku DLC. Oh my god, that's actually a fucking thing.
I told
that's
you.
actually like one of the fucking things. So let's take a look at this.
Bet it looked good.
Oh my fucking god. Somebody made an like this actually looks really fucking awesome. But somebody drew a picture of Vegeta and Goku in Monster Hunter with an actual monster behind them that like their armor would be from. It's Vegeta and Goku both Super Saiyan 3, and that's the thing I like. But
okay, are you a little more excited
oh my
for
god,
Monster
there's
Hunter?
fucking Killer Kill armor!
Okay, and Goog? They already said no to microtransactions. They're gonna give us a complete game and free DLC.
These devs are awesome.
You should wanna, like, honestly, you should be offering them a hooker and a blowjob, like, or a hooker and a fucking sandwich or some shit, dude. Like, honestly, I hope every one of them gets a blowjob and a bologna sandwich
Gatorade,
for
because I
dinner.
know that you're gonna be fucking slamming people up with the money I give you.
Right, like, seriously. Now you should be a little more excited for Monster Hunter.
God damn, that is awesome.
Like, you can tell this will be your first is this your first Monster Hunter, or what's up?
Second Monster Hunter.
Ah, which one did you play?
Monster Hunter 1.
Oh my god, me and you are in the same boat. I only played Freedom Unite for a little bit.
I played the demo to Freedom Unite, and I played Monster Hunter 1 like a motherfucker. I got because like the way of how I first touched it was from the demo from Devil May Cry 3. And my immediate reaction was, what the fuck is a Monster Hunter? And then after playing like 5 minutes of getting my shit wrecked, I was just like, well, this game sucks, because I was a kid at the time. I went back and I was just like, this game's awesome. Why did I say this game sucked?
Nah, dude, you wanna know
I was so pissed off too, because I was only
part?
the demo, and then I went out of my way and found the actual disc. Just played the shit out of it.
You remember about, I'd say, when the original PlayStation 2 internet got taken down, like the original PlayStation network.
Yeah, PS2.
I only had one item to complete 100% completion in that game.
Oh.
That I needed. And here's the worst part. It has a no % drop rate on offline. And a 0.0001% drop rate online. It's Rathalos Plate. And it's all I needed to upgrade my favorite sword to its last level. Yes! A what? This. What I'm playing.
That sucks.
Is it a pro or a regular? Ask him. If it's a pro, that's a deal, man. I will trade this in and take that. Apparently one of her buddies is selling a PS4 Pro, like maybe Pro, for $160. And if he is, I'm snagging that shit. Because a
Just
Pro...
trade.
Well, nah.
So you're gonna be buying the PlayStation 4 Pro from him and keep your PlayStation 4?
Yeah, it's either that or give the PS4 to Regina so we can play games together. Shit, man.
Man.
Like, what? Then I wouldn't even need you
No.
in Final Fantasy. I'll just start, like, I actually already talked to her about, like, hey, you ain't gotta play the game, but you making a character and using the free month.
This is what you doing and this is what you liking to do, okay?
Yep. And then you gonna grind to level 50.
At that idea, like at that point I imagine her idea is, I'm going to beat him.
Oh, no.
He will not take this from me. I do not share.
No, like, fuck that.
God damn it! It's gonna be if she fucking does, I'll fucking I'll give her a fucking clap. I'll give her a fucking like $20 or something, and I'll just be like, "You son of a bitch! You beat me to it."
You know what's funny? Rarity has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, I came back.
And that's for the better.
I could apply for some fucking place. What am I?
Nothing really. Me and him just
Don't
been
worry
going
about
off
it,
on a
it's fine.
tangent, talking shit. I might be buying a PS4 Pro. Awesome.
PS4 Pro, that thing.
Yeah, hey, fuck it, man. Alright, this should be getting close to enough rosewood to sell on the market and make a fuckload.
Hey
I'll get
Joseph,
What?
do you remember Turok?
Yes. Which ones, though? One, Seeds of Evil. Two, which is two. Rage Wars, or the shitty PS2 remake.
I was gonna say the good ones because I don't want to remember the shit.
Honestly, I that franchise has gone dormant because of the shitty PS2 remake. I feel
know.
like it could come back baller as fuck, and actually its multiplayer is still going hard in the paint in fucking Steam.
Its speedruns are still keeping it alive, which is something.
I'm really hoping I didn't sell them crystals.
Like, you already know this before, Joseph, but I told you that if a speedrun can actually, like, you know, in a video game, keep constantly going, then that's just proof that that community is still alive.
Wait, stop the advancing resist orders is 100 of them? Jesus Christ. Oh god. Oh no. Oh lord. Please, I'm just a first order stormtrooper. No, don't kill me.
Huh.
No. Fuck, is that a speeder bike? No. Oh god, it's gonna be Darth Vader. Fuck, I don't want to work at the post office. No.
I work at the fucking post office. They make bank.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that.
$26 an hour when you work at the post office, or at least here.
Wait, what do you do?
I'm a home health care aide, but my fucking
Oh.
cousin works
Gotta
at the post
fucking-
office. He literally is pissed because they lowered his wage. from $36 an hour to $26 an hour.
Jesus.
And I'm
So he's
like,
getting paid $10 less
yeah,
to do an
which-
easy job.
pretty much. However, like, I still
Like-
don't see how that bitch can bitch.
Yeah. I got
Making
my thoughts.
$26 an hour.
Like, here's the thing, is that I understand, like, hey, you have a right to be a little upset because, hey, you're not getting paid as much. But here's the thing, it's an easy as fuck job, and you're still getting paid somewhat good money.
I gotta like lift boxes or something. Apparently, I don't know.
Oh, it's not that bad. It really isn't. Like,
Oh my god.
Really?
I...
You like laughing because it is or because it isn't? I don't understand.
no, like, it's a cake job. Just, it's not bad.
You have to like write down like certain things to do certain things, right? I mean, I don't know.
Oh! Yeah, this motherfucker, that's what it is! Okay, so now I know exactly what Devil Joes look like.
Yeah.
So, that was actually the thing I was trying to remember before from Monster Hunter. Because I was like thinking of this thing, whereas when I was like, well, I remember this one quest that everybody fucking hated from one of the later Monster Hunters, where you would go out and you would attack this one thing and it'll start crying and screeching for help, and then a fucking Devil Joe would appear and you'd have to kill both of them.
What the fuck is that? You actually go inside one of these. I don't have their attention to fucking detail. All the fucking rebels are over here.
Alright, so how'd your install rate go, bub?
"26 minutes.
Baller. Then you just give me your money and whatever items you don't want, and then you can fuck off from this game as long as you want. I wonder if I can get a
I'm
summoning
so
bell.
scared I'm gonna get shot in the back any minute. And yeah, well, okay. Oh god, please don't shoot me. Please, I have money. I'll pay you off.
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm not really.
God damn it. I
Yep.
just found a picture of the Mall Ball from fucking Final Fantasy. Hey guys, what's your favorite status effect? Mine's everything.
It really does, though. It's straight up the biggest asshole in the game.
Fuck
Mine's
you, pal.
everything.
It really does just like cement that straight into the back of my head. It's got such a picture, like a beautiful picture of its face too, because it looks like it's about to be like a really big arsehole and just use bad breath.
I have an interview Tuesday.